It was 2:14 a.m. when my phone buzzed on the nightstand. I was half asleep, the soft glow of the screen slicing through the darkness. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and saw her name, Maya. We hadn't argued that night, hadn't even exchanged more than a few words since dinner. Everything seemed fine, at least outwardly, but her message cut deeper than any fight ever could. You don't deserve me. 4 words. Sharp. Final. No context, no explanation, just that. For a long moment, I stared at the screen. My heart pounded, trying to make sense of what my mind refused to process. I read it again, hoping it would somehow change. Didn't. I felt a shift inside me. The quiet, slow-breaking kind where pain collides with clarity. We'd been together 5 years. Built a life, routines, memories. I had been there for her through sleepless nights, through tears, the time she lost her job and felt like her world had ended. I held her, reminded her she wasn't alone. And now, here I was, reading a message that seemed to dismiss it all. I typed a reply, deleted it, typed again. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, unsure whether to beg, to argue, to reason. Then something inside me settled, a calm I hadn't felt in months. I sent, "You're right, I don't, but you also don't deserve the man I was trying to be for you." I set the phone face down and closed my eyes. For the first time in months, sleep came without my brain replaying every conversation, every misstep. The next morning, I awoke to 10 missed calls, 3 voice messages, a string of frantic texts. I didn't mean it. Please don't ignore me. I was just upset. Can we talk? I didn't answer. Showered, dressed, went to work, carrying the quiet weight of what had already happened. That text wasn't a beginning. It was an end long in waiting. The signs had always been there. Comparisons to others, complaints that I was too predictable, her pulling away when I tried to talk, the way her gaze wandered to her phone at dinner. I had convinced myself she was just going through a phase, needing space, time. But that message, it was truth sneaking out in the dead of night, when hearts forget to lie. Later that evening, she showed up at my apartment. She didn't knock, just stood in the doorway, eyes red, phone clutched tight. "I was drunk," she said quickly. "I didn't mean it. I was frustrated." I looked at her, the woman I had loved for years, and for the first time, the familiar pull in my chest wasn't there. No urge to comfort, just a deep, bone-weary exhaustion. "Maya," I said softly. Drunk words are still the truths we've been too afraid to voice. Sober, her lips trembled. "So, that's it? You're walking away?" I smiled faintly. "No. You walked away the moment you decided I wasn't enough." She tried to speak, but no words came. Silence filled the room, heavy with all the apologies that would never fix anything. A week later, she texted again. "I miss you." I stared, then typed back. "You miss the man who loved you like you were the only one." That man had learned his lesson. I blocked her, not from spite, but because I realized love isn't meant to feel like a constant audition. Love isn't begging to be enough for someone who only sees your flaws. Months passed. I found peace in simple things. Morning coffee, quiet walks, conversations with friends I had lost touch with. I laughed again, not because life became easy, but because I was living it for myself. Sometimes, late at night, I'd think of her, of the light in her eyes when she laughed, but never thought of going back. That night, her words had given me closure I had been too scared to seek. Her text, "You don't deserve me," was meant to wound. Instead, it became my awakening. No, I didn't deserve her. I deserved peace. I deserved honesty. I deserved someone who would never make me question my worth. And that, I realized, was the reply she would never forget.